All right, welcome back. We're so happy that you're sticking with us. We're back now with another installment in our tour of Connecticut's historic homes. And this time, Melissa Cole's heading northwest to the village of Riverton.
Yeah, we love this series. Riverton itself has certainly a lot of history.
Oh, beautiful.
Including being home to the Hitchcock Furniture Factory years ago. But take a look at the beautiful home that Melissa Cole found.
Across the road from the flowing waters of the Farmington River, in the little hamlet of Riverton, stands a very old house with new owners, the Cross family and their dog, Bree.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Cher.
How are you?
Good, how are you? Good to see you, too. Thank you for inviting us to your beautiful home.
Thanks. Welcome in.
So tell me, when was this house built?
This house was built in 1825, so it's having its 200-year birthday this year.
Oh my gosh, and you're a pretty new owner to this place.
4 months. We've been in for 4 months, and it's just been kind of like a labor of love, just making it our home.
And I heard it was this room here that really drew you to the property.
This was it. I mean, just looking out at the river is so relaxing. It kind of just takes all the stress of your day away.
And I mean, it's bright in here with all these windows.
Yeah, it's especially nice in the summer when we've got all of the plantings and flowers and things going on out there.
All right, can we see the rest?
Please do. Come on in.
Now, Cher, had you always wanted to own a historic home?
Yes, I have. When I was growing up, we actually lived in a pre-revolutionary house, and after that, I was always in love with the quirkiness.
Okay, and is there something about Riverton that you loved?
Riverton is the most beautiful village. It's so close to my heart that we've always wanted to just be a part of this community for a really long time.
Cher styled her table with some vintage plates, and one of her favorite spots in this house is here.
I'm so in love with this area here with the peak, with all of the original beams and wood, that it just kind of brings a little bit of the warmth into the house, that the rest of the house is maybe a tad more formal.
So we're coming into your beautiful living room.
Thank you.
And I noticed that we have a fireplace right here.
Yes, that was one of the things that I first looked up because I couldn't imagine that someone would use a fireplace like that. It looks like such a fire hazard. But I found out that it's called a Rumford fireplace. And they were built to be super shallow so they could radiate a lot of heat.
Oh, so interesting.
And there's another one around the corner.
So it's double.
It is.
And when I look around, I see lots of artwork and fun pieces. Tell me where you get all that.
Totally thrifted. One of the things I do, I'm always on the hunt for really cool pieces, but trying to source things super locally, especially like the artists. My favorite artist is in here in a few places. This is one of her paintings right here. It's Adrienne de Graaf, and she also painted this one here that has been my obsession since I first saw it in her studio.
That is incredible. So she's local?
She is. She's in Avon.
And I know you and I aren't so tall.
But I can touch.
I don't think I can, but that's the thing with an old home.
It's so quirky, yeah. I think it gives it warmth. I think that an old house has a real soul and tells a story. And so that's what really drew me to the house, were all the stories that were here before me.
Imagine the stories told over the years here in the dining room. Tell me about the vibe in here.
The vibe in here is definitely a little eclectic, I would say. And if you put a ball down, like a bowling ball, it would roll all the way into the bathroom.
Uneven floors.
That's probably my favorite part too in here, is that this mirror will never be like plumb. Nothing will ever be.
The windows are also uneven, another quirk of the home. Is that just from the house kind of shifting over the years?
The house has shifted, but it's got an amazing stone foundation, and it's not going to go anywhere. It's been here 200 years. We're pretty confident. So this is the guest room. And one of my favorite things is hosting friends here, but my most favorite thing is having one of our kids stay over in this room.
I'm sure they love it.
Yeah.
And look at this wallpaper.
I think this wallpaper dates back pretty far, maybe probably 60s or so.
Okay.
And there was no way I was going to rip it out. It just had to be.
It goes with the house.
I think it does, yeah.
And talk about waking up to that view.
That, I think, is one of my favorite parts of being in this house, is that there's not a bad view anywhere.
Okay, Cher, tell me about this tiny staircase.
Well, I think you are actually the very first person that can actually put their whole foot on the tread.
I'm only 5 feet, so that helps.
Yeah, I have to go down sideways, so it's definitely a conversation starter when people see the stairs, but it's an old farmhouse, so not grandiose, just kind of they tucked things in.
Wow. All right, so we're upstairs now, and there's a few bedrooms up here.
We've got 4, but really just 2 that we really use. The other 2 have been turned into more utility, like dressing areas and closets.
And really incredible floors up here.
These are the originals. You can see just the cracks in the character and the wide.
Did they get painted over the years?
Yeah, they're due for another.
All right, we have some closets, but it's probably small, tiny closets.
Back then people didn't have anything but a small wardrobe, so they had little armoires and things to put their clothes in, so we're kind of pampered now.
But you have a big wardrobe, which is why we're gonna see your area. Let's go check it out.
Okay. I call this my dressing room. It's a little frou-frou, but they didn't have closets, so I kind of just took this over. I have a pretty big boot collection, having lived in Texas, so there's a nod to that.
I love that. And then beautiful stenciling along the wall.
That was the lovely previous owner that did that for us. I haven't changed a lot of the wall decor, and especially in here, so you'll see why.
All right, so this is the master bathroom.
Yes.
Check out this new twist on the original floors.
And I feel like your house should have a little bit of whimsy.
Yeah, a little personality, and I mean, look at this incredible tub also.
That is, I call that like the inner sanctum. That is where I relax.
The outside is just as charming as the inside.
There is some fun history. There's actually a right-of-way that goes from the top of the farm behind us down to the water, so the cows could always have something to drink.
So they came down, drank a little bit, and then went back up.
Right back up on their own.
And I'm sure you have big plans for the gardens when the weather gets warmer.
We're still doing some discovery. I know they put so much thought into a lot of the different plantings, and I'm waiting to see what pops up and then go from there.
All right, well, we loved this tour. Thank you so much for having us today.
It was such a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, so coming up next month, what a beautiful place. Thank you, Melissa. And Melissa would love to bring your home to life. She's going to take us inside a historic home next that she found in Higganum.
And if you have a great home that you would like to see featured, let Melissa know. Her email is melissa.cole@wfsb.com.
Love it. Still ahead on your Thursday. Can classroom Valentines put too much pressure